Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time for you to align with your divine and most highest self as I get ready to prepare you for an adventure in manifesting your miracles through this modality known as manifesting. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and you are listening to Manifesting Miracles, the podcast that was created as a quick and easy way for you to step into your highest power and for you to align yourself with your angels and your guides and to understand that when you came here to Earth, the teaching planet, you had a plan and you had a purpose. And we are going to get into it. Now, today, the most important thing that I need you to understand is that when we decided to come to Earth, we knew that there was going to be complexities and diversities and things we were just going to have to work on. And yet nobody wants to talk about this in manifesting. They're just like, hey, try this technique and do this and do that. And in the courses that I teach, the master class, Into the Mystic, Alignment Exposed, the classes that I do 3 times a year, I go over shadow work because shadow work is essential to you making sure that you can manifest quickly and instantly. See, we're working our whole lives to hide our own true divine self because society tells us that we are not good enough the way we are. There's this issue or that issue. Um, and so we learn very quickly that the things that are about us that need to be hidden are things that are embarrassment, things that are low vibrational energies. And for us to be a true manifester, one of the most essential things to being a very good collaborator with the universe, which I call God source energy, is that you have to do it with an open heart. You have to be honest and you have to be okay where you are energetically. And in order for you to be okay with where you are energetically, you're going to have to understand that the things that you've been trying to hide, things that you've had so much shame and fear and insecurity about, are the things that are keeping you from truly manifesting in your highest and most abundant state of being. You see, being a really good manifester means that it takes a lot of self confidence. And when we're not being authentic, honest, we're not holding our own integrity and our own self accountable for the things that matter most on this world. We came here for the complexities and the challenges of Earth. We didn't come here because we knew it would be easy. We came here because we knew that it would be adventurous, that we could only come here and discuss and handle and work through the things that we have to energetically align with only in this situation, only on Earth, only in the density and the darkness of the Earth. And see, a lot of people don't want to talk about shadow work. They don't want to talk about how we have to go through certain steps to be the highest vibrational version of ourselves, but we do. And the truth is that we can't hide from ourselves, right? And we certainly can't hide from creator and we can't hide from the universe, but we try. You see, the majority of my life, I hid almost every single thing about myself. I tried to whitewash my history. I tried to pretend that I didn't grow up in the orphanage. I didn't have a dad that gave me away. I didn't have all of these issues. In fact, I had been with my husband, my ex-husband, for about 3.5 years before I told him how I actually grew up because I was so ashamed that my father would give me away. I was so ashamed. I felt unloved and unworthy. And if your own parent doesn't want you, then who would want you? And I thought I had manifested this dream person, but he was just somebody to help me really work through my lower vibrational points. And so The one thing that I want you to understand about shadow work is that it is the hardest. It is the hardest work that you do in self improvement because you have to confront you. And being able to confront you is not an easy task because what it really is, and what it really means is that you're digging all the way deep down into the subconscious being and you're bringing that shit all the way up to the consciousness. That is ugly and dirty and hard. And it is not the work that most people think. People think when manifesting means you just get to skip over the parts. Hey, give me the modality, Michelle. Tell me how to make this happen, Michelle. Tell me about this. Tell me about this. Are there hundreds and thousands of modalities that I can teach you? Absolutely. Are they going to work as quickly if you're not in alignment? No, they are not. Because manifesting requires a lot of confidence. And if you don't love the real you, the one that nobody really sees, the one that you try to hide from everybody, the one that is the unconscious being of you, you start to understand that you can't hide from yourself or the universe. And so, as long as you try to make sure that you're being perfect and you're doing everything right and that you have every little happy thought, that somehow this is going to translate into manifesting your highest and your best self. And it just doesn't. You see, what it actually does is it teaches you that you're not worthy. It teaches you to be shameful of yourself. It teaches you to have insecurities. But you can't hide from the universe. And when you are trying to, it helps to understand that through shadow work, that means digging deep. That means confronting things that you lie about, that you keep hidden from, that you're ashamed of about yourself, your history, your parents, your money, your education, whatever it is. That when you're doing that, when you start to unpack this very heavy, arduous chapters of your life and it starts to get sad and hard and difficult, the best part of doing this work is then you get to examine and understand why you attracted that lack person, why you attracted that lack job, why you're constantly on the hamster wheel of it. It's not going to happen. It happens and then it doesn't happen. It happens and then it hasn't happened. I go 2 steps forward and then I take 3 steps back. Energy. Because you can't move forward until you've examined how you got here, right? Because then you're just going to repeat the same things over and over and over again. And in order for us to face our fears, and in order for us to confront that reality, that is hard work. That is diving deep. In my master class and in Into the Mystic and Alignment Exposed, and even with my 6 weeks to success that I offer for one-on-one clients, one-on-one coaching, we all have to do shadow work. I personally do shadow work at least once a month. I go through shadow prompts. And if you don't know what these are, if you want to enroll in my class, book a one-on-one session with me, and I'm going to create some really intense, personalized shadow work prompts for you. But if that's not where you're at right now, just Google shadow work, shadow prompts, how to love myself more. Why? Because unless you are deeply, passionately in love with you, you're going to be manifesting out of the things that you're hiding from. Until you are deeply and passionate in love with the real, authentic, fucked up, jacked up, screwed up, not perfect version of you, which is actually the perfect version of you, you are going to be manifesting from shame. You're going to be manifesting from fear. You're going to be manifesting from lack. You're not going to be manifesting from love. And you need to be in love with you, because facing your fears clears away the energy of lack. It clears away the energy of insecurity. It clears away the energy of doubt. And what happens? You get filled up with light. All of a sudden, you can say, you know what? I'm not perfect, and that's okay. And it's the I'm not perfect, and that's okay part that is actually the really good stuff that comes out of this. Because when you're facing your shadow work, when you're facing your low, dark demons, there's room for forgiveness. There's room for healing. There's room for movement. You see, you have to be constantly moving in a forward direction. And in order for you to be moving in a forward direction, what do you need? Clarity. You need clarity. You need to shift into a higher version and start co collaborating with the universe to shift into a new personal story. What could your new personal story be? Hmm? I know. Mine went from being the angriest person that I've ever met to the happiest. It's not la la, dance all day, party all night, happiness. It's shifting from one dimensional reality where it seemed that everything that I tried would go up and then down, and everybody had an opinion about me except me, and I had to ask everybody my opinion. You see, if you have to ask 50 people, should I wear this? Should I go to this place? Here's the situation. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? Well, then you're already in a deficit. You're coming from a place of insecurity and lack because you don't trust your intuition. A very big part of manifesting is being in alignment with your energy, with your truth, with who you are. And when you don't confront those demons, you can't fix them. How can you forgive that situation, that person, whatever it was, wherever you were in that situation, when you can't even talk about it? How do you expect to heal the wounds of your history so you can take that mess and make it your message if you're going to be always pretending that it didn't happen? You see, it's in those moments that you start to see yourself in a new light. And it's in those moments that you start to understand that that dark shadow has been following you around ever since the minute you made it a secret. The second that you decided that who you were and the experiences that you've had were too embarrassing and too shameful and too dark for anybody to see, you gave them power. You gave the person who hurt you the most, and they're still connected to you because you're still giving them power. You're still giving that situation power. You're still giving that opportunity away for you to call in more clarity, for you to call in more divinity, for you to call in more love for yourself, for you to be a happier and more content version of you. The version of you that you came here to manifest doesn't exist in the happy, happy. It exists in all of the shadows and all of the pain, all of the suffering. It's all a part of it because there's no wasted suffering. The unconscious reality that you're pretending never existed so everybody can just see shiny plastic isn't going to make you aligned in this world. It's going to keep you down. It's going to keep you suppressed. It's going to keep you trapped. It's going to keep you limited. It's going to keep you blocked. And until you start to understand and confront those things, how can you forgive them? If they didn't really happen, then how can you forgive them? You see, no matter how hard you've worked, there's always going to be some part of you that is still attached to that suffering. I find it in myself all the time. You see, shadow work is about going in and finding those broken little pieces and gilding them back together and saying, I love the broken me because it taught me so much about growth, about abundance, about clarity. It helped me understand that I can't hide from myself. It helped me understand that every single person in this planet has something that they've healed from. You want to know what we all have in common? Besides coming from the creator and having divine superpowers, is that we're all healing from something. We're all healing from something. And sometimes we think if we just ignore it, it didn't happen, it's okay, it doesn't matter that much, and we don't feast those truths and we don't clear that energy, our chakra system gets stuck. And you see, we're an energetic being. And in order for us to use the energy that we need to manifest something into our reality, we have to clear up that space. You see, as energetic beings, we are constantly moving in energy. And so, if something in our chakra system gets trapped at level 1 or level 2, how are you going to get all that energy all the way up and out into the ether so you can use the quantum field to create and manifest things into our reality? You can't, because you think, well, if I deal with this, then they win. Win what? But if I forgive them, then they win. Win what? But if I excuse my behavior, then it's like it didn't really matter. It's like I might do it again. For what? Judgment of who? Nobody is judging you more than you. And let me explain something to you. Everybody is an egomaniac. We are all simply thinking, I wonder what they're doing, and I wonder what they're thinking about me, and I wonder if they looked at my picture, and I wonder if they liked it, and I wonder, and I wonder, and I wonder, I wonder. You're not wondering how many people like somebody else's stuff unless you just feel like you're in competition with them. But the truth of the matter is that the majority of us think if anybody really knew the true version of me, they'd never speak to me again. They really wouldn't want to be my friend. They would think I was dirty, sucia, puta mierda, that I had nothing to offer, that I was a low life. If they really knew what a little nasty person I used to be, I was the nastiest. I was the dirtiest. I had to do what I could with what I had. And sometimes I had to make a lot of choices that I don't think people should have to make, and children should have to make, and young adults should have to make, but I did. A lot of things I've revealed here, a lot of things I've had to work on privately, a lot of things I've had to journal about, release, let go, burn papers of, burn letters of, heal myself in the cosmic and in the ether by doing deep transmental meditations, clearing my chakra system, working with crystals, working with Reiki healers, and allowing myself to understand that being human is fucking hard. But you came here for that growth. And you can't get to the next level when you're buried and you're deep down in shame and in fear and in insecurity and in doubt. You see, I was always a great creator, but I wasn't a good manifester. Now I'm both. Now I still have tons and tons and tons and tons of things to work on. We all do. The one thing I'm not going to do anymore is I'm not going to judge myself for the things that I had to do to survive the things that were presented in my life. I did the best I could in that situation. with the consciousness that I had at that point. And you're going to have to learn that you weren't a horrible person for those things. And the people that hurt you weren't horrible people. They were just in a state of being that didn't allow them to be the highest and the best version of themselves because they were buried down on all the things that had happened to them and all the things they had done to people and so on and so forth. And it gets deeper and it gets darker and it gets heavier. And then you say, well, maybe I could just manifest my way out of it. I'm just going to take my hands and I'm going to cross my arms and I'm going to nod my head twice and blink. And I'm going to do the Tesla method and I'm going to do this method. And I'm just going to write all this stuff down. But the truth is that you have to do the inner work of healing in order for you to have the clarity and the divine alignment of the purity of your soul, of the purity of your heart, of the purity of your energy, so you can create some of the most amazing things on earth and live in a vibrational universe and create in a vibrational universe because everything is energy and we are all energetic beings. And as energetic beings, we have to understand that when we are connected to that low vibrational shame and we don't release it through shadow work and we don't create a new personal story and we keep telling the one of our history where there is no message out of our mess, we get trapped in a loop that doesn't allow you to understand how powerful you are. You are blessed. You are protected. Everything is always working out for you. You came here to challenge through those things, push through it, and watch the universe expand with you. You see, this is an energetic frequency vibrational universe. And everything that we feel, we then think about, and then we create in the quantum. And in order for us to create the things of the highest value, we have to admit where we started from. We have to talk about it. Those things happened. Those things happened. And if this is your first time tuning into Manifesting Miracles, I want you to know one thing for sure. Every single episode is created as a tutorial in case we never meet. Because I want you to manifest your life no matter what. And I know that you're worthy, and I know that you're blessed, and I know that you're protected, and I know that you're loved. And I'm about to tell you the very last thing with shadow work, but I want you to know that if this is October or September of 2022, there is still a chance for you to enroll in my Manifesting Masterclass. It's October 30th. And all you have to do is go to my website. You just put a $50 or $100 deposit down, and then you can pay it off as you go through the class between now and the third week in November. It is a 3-week masterclass on the metaphysical. And then I give you over 22 different prompts to manifest money instantly. And then manifestation. So it's 3 weeks, every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do it on Zoom. You get to meet a whole bunch of spiritual baddies. You get to become aligned with your higher self. We work together each and every single day because we're on a separate app that allows us to talk every single day. It's like a walkie-talkie app. And it's my last official class of 2022. So if you really want to move the needle of your abundance, if you really want to dig deep and you want to find out how to elevate your energy, you don't have to you do not have to have enrolled in a prior class to enroll in my master class. We do have to do a one-on-one because I do have to ask you a couple of questions just to make sure that you're, energetically aligned. But outside of that, you can sign up and start manifesting your reality with your metaphysical traits, with the financial money traits, and the manifesting properties. So I want to make sure that I talk about this just a little bit because I've added 5 seats. Okay. I normally keep this class tight, but because it's the last class, I want to give everybody an opportunity to change your life. Aren't you sick and tired of trying to manifest things into your reality and not moving the needle and not seeing your things change? There are little bitty tweaks and turns that you will learn when you take one of my courses, whether it's a digital course, whether it's a live active course where we're meeting and we're talking, whether it's a group course, whether it's one-on-one coaching, whether you sign up in my training program to be a manifestation coach. There is a solution for every single thing that you're looking for. And if none of those things are it, I offer a 1 and 2 hour call where we can just talk one-on-one. And I listen to you and I hear what you have to say. And we come up with some solutions to help you align with yourself and feel better about what's going on in your life and help you get on track. A lot of times it could be a book, it could be a practice, it could be a modality. So I offer those and you can give those as gifts. Don't know what to give somebody for the holiday? Give them time with the manifesting queen, Michelle Juanita Lamont. Now, before we wrap up our shadow work, I want you to understand something very clearly. It is so important for you to support this energy and to help others manifest things into their reality. So whether you're watching on YouTube or you're listening on my podcast, please like and subscribe, but most importantly, share this message, this information with everybody in your life. Everybody deserves to manifest things into their reality. You are loved. I love you. You're protected. There's a divine alignments. There are divine contracts. There are cosmic contracts that we're all a part of. And it's time for you to understand that you are so protected. And no matter what you do in this world, you will never be happier than when you do this last thing in shadow work. And here it is. You be 100% honest when you're writing the work after the prompt out. Manifesting, the people who manifest the fastest have a very clean, pure energy and heart. And that takes, well, it takes you admitting everything and forgiving the unforgivable, even if it means you. Now I love you. And there's nothing you could ever tell me that's going to make me stop wanting to love you, wanting to protect you, wanting to help you. So please go to my website, Michelle J. Lamont, and sign up for my newsletter, and you'll automatically manifest my ebook. And twice a month, you're going to get jam-packed full of information that is vital to the lunar cycle, that is vital to manifesting, about what's going on the planet, what's going on in the world, the energy that we're perceiving, the energy that we're manifesting in, how to move forward, how to release, and how to remove the blocks that are preventing you from aligning yourself with the highest and the best version of yourself. I know you're worth it. That's why I'm doing this. So don't sell yourself short. Shadow work is a lifelong process. But once you do, and once you get it, you'll feel so clean and clear, and it'll just like boom, start coming into your reality, and it'll come faster and faster and faster. Now, let's wrap this show up because the producers, it's time for you to play the music. Cue the music here. As we wrap up this show, I want you to know that I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now, my name, all right, producers, let's play the music. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and it is time for you to align with your highest and best self and manifest your miracle today. Yes, 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 yes.